Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going over how to pre-set up a class before a balance patch. Now, in the coming months, we are going to be getting a new balance patch in July, more than likely. We're not seeing anything with the newsletter from Amazon saying anything about potential balance patch next week for Algacia. So we got a little bit of time. What I'm going to be doing is kind of going over what I'm going to be looking forward to for building my Glavier here. Currently, she is a control Glavier. So let's actually get our correct setup so you guys can see that. But it's a 5x3 and whatnot. I'm continuing going to stick with the stone that I have, even though it's not the greatest stone. But ideally, if you can, reroll, get a better stone than me. But we're just going to take it with what I have, so you guys can kind of get the idea of what I'm going to work with. So, ideally, to get at least a 5x3, you need, this is the bare minimum, a 7.5. So I just barely lucked out. And you need 2 books fully set up at level 12. So you need a full legendary books. So depending on the stuff you're going to run, you're going to need to kind of play around with it. Now, with that, you're going to get also a nice lovely spreadsheet set up with a bunch of engravings that you want. Now, I'll pull mine over that I have. So this is kind of what I got set up. I know we are entropy, so I got my entropy box checked for that added crit rate and back attacker for that extra. Now, I haven't got adrenaline box checked here because on mine I have it automatically checked to bring up automatically plus 15, as you can see. Just that easy for me. So I'm looking at this. I'm going to turn off the set bonuses that we have to kind of see I'm only at currently level 1. So it kind of shows me the effect that I'm going to also get out of Raid Captain as well. How much increase and the total crit. So if I have adrenaline level 3, I'm going to have a 91.97% crit chance. So I don't like it that high, so I'm probably going to go 300 here and 500 here, with this being at 1200. And with the new change to Pinnacle, we're going to get a 15 bonus attack speed and movement speed from stance swapping. So got that calculated in, and then plus Yearning with that 500 movement speed puts us at 14.65 increase extra damage. So with that in mind, if I also would get into level 2 with the artist or support of some sort that had their Yearning set level 2, goes up, and so on and so forth if I would to get level 3. The next thing as well is kind of looking at where is your crit and spec and everything else in line. Ideally, I'm going to have to pet with my bonus on it for spec, so that's where it shoots up to at least 1300. And then I'm going to get a bracelet that's going to be around, at first, say 60 and 60 on the Swift to get more out of that. Because crit, I'm still looking at around 84.81% crit chance with everything that I have. And of course, that just gets better and better as I get more and more. When I upgrade the bracelet and say I get a mediocre 105, or even just 100, that's still not changing the crit, but overall damage will increase, and then the Yearning as we get further and further goes up. So I'm going up to here, which is more than the cursed doll will be coming out, so overall my raid captain will be beneficial in the long run. So I'm going to run with raid captain is what I'm looking at. I also like the idea of mass increase because I can handle losing a little bit of attack speed. It's not going to affect them because raid captain's only off of movement speed, not off of the attack speed. Just to show you, just the attack speed, raid captain is off of movement speed. So as long as you don't get any negative effect to movement speed, then you are set to have that. Keen Blunt is not going to be viable in this build, so what you end up doing is once when you kind of figure things out and get your books all situated and stuff, you're going to go into your market. And this is where you're going to start playing. So stone, I have mine right here, because this is going to be my stone that I eventually will cut and try to get adrenaline level 7 and ambush master level 9 to get the 9-7. Currently we have already a 7 but not the 9, so that'll be to work on. And then kind of using your presets, you can do what you want. Now I was playing around seeing what Pinnacle level 5 stuff was out there. Not a whole lot, but you're going to have Glavier. And I just recommend check all accessories and always start with your class engraving. Always, always, always. Because that's going to be the hardest one to fill first. You want your class to fill first. So make sure relic, or if you're working on your ancient, same situation there, fill out. And then fill out kind of what you want. Ideally start with this spec, because that's the main damage one, and just do a general search. Now no search of spec with Pinnacle 5 Grudge 3, so let's just change it back down to Pinnacle 3 and Grudge 3. See what we get. Quite a few different options. Now right now I have mine sorted at quality at the highest, and now I can kind of get an idea of what is going to be out there. Now for me to get this fully set up, I will have to get +5 in every other stats. So that's kind of what makes it a harder setup for me to do, but it is very much doable. You just have to kind of play around with it and see what you can get set up. So just to show you, I kind of just plug some random numbers in. And so say I just did adrenaline with adrenaline 3s across the board. I would need every single one of them to be a 5 on the other off spec. So kind of to play around, got to see what we can find. So the 3s are out of the board, so let's do adrenaline 5. See what we can find. Nothing with spec. Ambush master 5. Nothing again. We're not doing Keen Blunt, but we're going to do raid captain. And there's something. Now, this individual is really hoping that it would sell, but to kind of look at things, it does have the spec Swift, and I want the Swift on the necklace, so this would be really nice to have, but not for me. I'm not wanting to pay up to here, especially if I click over here at recent prices. Nothing like higher quality went up on spec, straight spec, so honestly not worthwhile in my opinion of buying that. So not going to do that. But so kind of hit our top 4 other engravings, or top 3, because Grudge is going to be at 12, so I just need a 3 on it. So let's look at crit. We need crit earring, 70,000. That's an option there. You know, play around, find the stuff that you need. No results there. Ambush Master 5, nothing there. But again, this is all you're going to be doing. Just kind of play around, see what you can find. Now swiftness, okay, there's something. Can I make it viable? It does cut down in my overall raid captain's value, so to me, I don't want it. So but it's an option there. The Ambush Master, well, we'll just look up the Adrenaline, just to kind of get your guys' idea of just kind of looking around. And Raid Captain, and look at that. This one did come back up because we looked at it. But Earring, Swiftness, again, not what we were wanting, but there are some options. So kind of play around, see what you can get. That's kind of what you're going to be planning on doing with the market. And definitely, as you're finding stuff, feel free to save it. Save your search, type whatever you want. Swift, can't put space in, and I just do that, and then I can just search it up later. Make it as easy as possible for yourself in the long run. And hopefully that was kind of helpful for those that are wanting to build their own character from start to finish. This is just an example of a change that's going to be happening, so let me know in the comments down below of what build you are trying to set up in Lost Ark, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.